Hello, and you join me at insanity at the morning, Reading station, waiting for the 5:43 to Basingstoke on the 27th of May, Saturday, because it's going to be the first train ever to stop at Reading Green Park. The station is like empty, there's no one here, apart from behind me, where of course there are a load of train spotters slash rail nerds slash whatever you want to call them, because they also want to ride the first train, and I don't blame them. Alright, the first train has arrived. I'm now walking towards it. It went a little further down the platform than where I was standing, mainly just because I went for a wander. But yeah, first train, it's arrived.
Them into the speech to sort of placate their how annoyed they were.
Reading West. This is a Great Western Railway service to Basingstoke.
So here's where we're actually going. This map shows the network of rail lines around Reading, and we've just left the main station heading round the bend towards Reading West. The new station, however, is further south, having been built on the existing line between Reading and Basingstoke.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Basingstoke. The next station is...
That was weird. The bit where it said Reading Green Park was really quiet. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that announcement was so quiet, but it happened again when we were approaching the station.
We are now approaching.
If someone with more knowledge than me could let me know what's going on there in the comments, I'd be curious to know. My guess is that it's just teething issues, which isn't uncommon with new stations.
This is Reading Green Park.
Alright, here we are, Reading Green Park, Britain's newest station. Hey, there's a couple of people here. Some people are getting on the train, which I understand. If I'm on the first train in, I can see why they'd want to be on the first train out. But yeah, let's watch the train out. So I suppose now that's left, I'm going to... Yes, there you go. There is someone giving away goodies. That's what I was aiming for. Thank you. I've been given a badge. Look at that. Oh, camera, focus. Focus. That's good enough. So yeah, just a very quick glance at the station. We've got overhead power lines, but the line is not electrified. RIP. We've got new station building, which I shall check out in a moment. We've got bridge and another platform. So, you know, it's a station. Like, what? What? I can't really say too much. Like, I mean, it's a station. Oh, this is fancy. Okay, never mind. I can say too much. And here we have the reason the station's being built. A load of new development happening in the area that will now be transit-oriented development rather than just development, which is of course how all development should be, given, you know, that we now are more aware than ever about the social and environmental impact of overusage of cars. I can't speak. So yeah. Fancy new development here, it's just generic flats and stuff, and then fancy new station right there. It's a little droopy, but I am now wearing my badge. So, for a sort of station tour, you've got obviously the entrance here, which looks rather fancy in my opinion. And then to the side you've got those gates, which I assume is what will be used in terms of like if the ticket office is shut and it's too late. Likewise, you've got an outside ticket machine But then inside the station, of course got that, you've got inside ticket machines, as well as just a help desk, which is good, because rumour has it there's talks of like phasing them out, so it's very encouraging that that has been built into the design here. Of course, you've got a departures screen showing exactly what you'd expect it to show, just Reading and Basingstoke and back and forth all day. And then the gate line. So then here we've got staff access rooms, toilets, that's good. Again, not a lot of stations necessarily have that, and an accessible toilet as well. We've got information board, doors, signage. Is that rail alphabet? Possibly. Possibly. And on the platform, we have, of course, as you'd expect, got many, what's the word? Enthusiasts. And then I shall check out the bridge. So yes, bridge is here, and then we've got the sort of gates entrance that I talked about earlier. There you go, bridge. And from the bridge, there is what I'd imagine would be a lovely view down onto the railway if it wasn't fogged up. Same on the other side. And then, of course, down to the other side. And then, yes, on this side of the station, we've got canopy above the sort of main part. We've got just platforms going that way. And then this way as well, there is just a bus stop shelter. As I always say, everyone hates the bus stop shelters, but I suppose it's better than nothing. However, I do imagine that most people will opt to go in the station building instead, just waiting there because it's warmer and more sheltered. All right. I assume they're working, but I'm going to do a lifts test.
Doors opening.
It's just your standard cookie cutter lift / footbridge that you get at all new stations or all new footbridges. It's a lift. It works. I shall test the other lift to see if that also works. So by the sounds of things, it wasn't working earlier, but it is now. So in that regard, this station gets a tick for accessibility. Wait, oh, they open on this side, never mind. Are you giving out the bags? Yes, I'd love a bag. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Oh, there we go. I've got a Reading Green Park bag. That's not. It's not an apron. Hold on. I'll just do that. Yeah. Oh. Slay the day away. The longer I spend at this station, like the more things I notice. So if I go to this like little area where the gates are, and then like the station building's there, and then poke the camera through here, through these grills, you can see there's bike parking as well, which is also very good and an important part of an integrated transport network.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The train now approaching platform 1 is your Basingstoke service from Reading. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the train now on platform 1 is your Basingstoke service from Reading.
So yeah, second train of the day with not as many people on it, but I wonder if anyone's going to get on.
Thank you for visiting Reading Green Park this morning. It's been a pleasure having you here. Meet some of the first customers. We do hope to see you come through again real soon. Have a lovely day.
Just spotted that, so yeah, we're off to a good start. So judging by that sign, it would appear that this station is long enough for 6-car trains, which, yeah, looks about right. But the only trains we've had so far are 2-car. So I can't help but wonder, in terms of when it comes to a regular service, how long the trains will be. Will they all just be 2 cars and this is just massively excessive? Or, I don't know, people who know this line, comment, do they sometimes run longer trains? Do they sometimes run the full 6 or 4 or 3? Let me know in the comments.
Once again, train now arriving at platform 2. It's the very first service towards Reading. Calling it Reading West and Reading.
So there we go, first train back towards Reading. I hope it's not drowning me out. Now arrived on the other platform, platform 2. I assume, yeah, can't really see. So there's quite a lot of people getting on. So I assume they're like, yeah, we've seen the station, we've seen all there is to see. Go back home now. Can't say I blame them. I'm gonna stick around a bit longer though. So yeah, that was the first train back towards Reading. I think it's basically just the same train we got here, it's just gone to Basingstoke. It's now on its way back. And I assume it'll just do that all day, just back and forth all day. Yeah. So I think it's fair to say I've thoroughly checked out the station now. So before I end this video, I'm going to do a quick explore of the development, you know, why this station's actually been built. Because it does look quite nice, and I think it's important to understand the context, not just behind nice new stations, but you know, the reasons for them, because there's always lessons that can be learnt. So yeah, the other thing about this station is that it's near a football stadium, and apparently there's a match happening today, so they're expecting a sort of surge of passengers around midday. So yeah, the station, I imagine, will have an important role to play as part of that. So I'm walking back to the station now, but if I had to give my thoughts on the development, it's that in many ways it feels more like a sort of resort in Florida than it does a housing development in Reading. And I say that because of the townhouses, because of the lake / large pond, depending on your definition of what that is, the flats. I've got to say, it feels overall like a really nice, high quality development that's probably horribly unaffordable for most people, but it's very nice. Like, genuinely really nice. It's not often you say that when you walk around modern housing estates, because it's like, oh wow, it's a load of houses that all look the same and like don't even look that interesting. It's like, oh look, I'm a cottage, and they're not actual. They're not cottages, they're just designed to... you've all seen modern housing estates, they're miserable bloody places. This is not, this is nice. This is the kind of development I could get behind, because it's transit oriented and it's nice. It's possibly expensive, but at the end of the day, as long as more houses are being built, that's the main thing. And ideally, we'd be building more like this, so that we've got a country that is actually nice to live in. Okay, so this has been Reading Green Park. there is a train appearing behind me somewhere there, which will be taking me back to Reading, Maine. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. Subscribe to see more things like this. There's the train. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.